All right, there are a couple different styles of sun salutations. We're going to learn a few of them, 3 to be exact, and we'll go over them slowly now together, and then you can flow through them and practice them on your own, perhaps following another video or in your subsequent yoga practices. So they go through a couple different moves. You'll notice some themes, some similarities between the different styles. Let's jump right in. So the first one, actually all 3, start in a standing pose, mountain pose, Tadasana. Feet below your hips. In some styles, the toes are together, the heels are slightly apart. Just find whatever version's comfortable for you. But some kind of symmetrical pose. You want to avoid this sort of bus stop position. So from that position, Tadasana, there's often an inhale, arms up, and that's where we take it away. So this is inhale, arms up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward and down. So we do a forward fold. You can bend your knees a lot if you need to. We're looking for a stretch in the hamstrings, the back of the legs. And then relaxing forward here. Sometimes there's a little halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana, but eventually we move down to the floor. In one variation, we'll be stepping back with one leg and doing this lunge position. It's very simply lowering one knee to the ground, pushing the hips forward, feeling a bit of stretch in the front of the hip. And in other variations, we'll just step straight back into the plank. Either way, we end up in the plank and then we lower down. You can always put your knees down first and then slowly lower down for the chest. Or you can try hovering above the ground or lower all the way down in a plank. All great options. Then we lift our shoulders up. You can do that just with the chest only, without the hands even. You can press into the hands a little bit for more of a back bend. And you can also straighten the arms completely. That's an option too. Just be aware of your back. Don't push too hard. Another option is to keep the hips off the ground. It's hard to see now from this angle, but only my feet and my hands are touching the ground. This is upward facing dog rather than cobra. Also an option. So looking up, relax shoulders, arms straight. And then push into the hands and send the hips up and back. You can always go to the knees first if that's more comfortable, and then tuck the toes and then put the hips up and back for downward facing dog. Probably the most popular and well-known yoga pose ever. So from your downward dog here, there's a couple different things you can do, but basically you want to try to search for an alignment in the back. So you want to avoid a rounded back. Sometimes we tend to try to straighten the legs out too much and sacrifice the back alignment. So bend the knees as much as you need to work on having a long spine in this position. And then you can slowly work towards straightening the legs afterwards. Now in one of the variations, we're going to be doing a sort of stepping forward with one leg and coming up to a warrior one. In other variations, sometimes we just go straight to the front, either stepping or hopping. Either way, we find our way to the front and then do some of this, perhaps the little chair tossed in. Those are all different variations that'll come up in your sun salutations. Hopefully this was helpful, and enjoy your yoga practice. Namaste.